I'm Maddie, and I'm going to be talking about the key industry developments. So today we're going to talk about some of the social trends that are going on in the automotive industry. So social trends can have some of the largest impact on this industry's performance. An example is that we're pushing for a cleaner earth, such as like ride sharing, biking, or electric vehicles. So as generations become more socially conscious of their environment, there will be smaller demand for typical gasoline or diesel burning vehicles. An important concept for automobile manufacturers is to be the forefront of this trend by producing eco-friendly vehicles. It will also reflect on their social conscience as a firm by acknowledging the impact their products have on the environment. Other social factors include luxury items, such as self-driving vehicles. As people began to see others owning fancier vehicles, that makes them want to own them as well. The natural reaction is to want one for themselves if they see someone else with one. So this leads to another trend in automation that is heavily driven by new technology. So changes in social trends and desire will lead to constant research and design costs in order for manufacturers to keep up with what society wants. So another trend we're going to talk about is technology. Cars are becoming smarter and more innovative, so that will need to be taken to make them even better drivers. So most recent car models are providing drivers with value-added services such as in-car apps, such as this one. So what it provides is like road conditions, traffic hazards, and warns you about like items nearby to make your driving safer. The technology behind these cars is growing fast, and before you know it, these cars will be fully independent of the driver. The automotive industry are advancing to the production of self-automated vehicles. Many consumers are expecting their next car to be fully autonomous, so having the car being able to drive itself. As artificial intelligence and machine learning advances, the cost will scale down. But for now, the research and design costs for these advanced systems are going to have an impact on total expenses incurred by manufacturers. So the development of technology will also lead to fewer humans needed for these production lines. As machines become more capable of doing assembly work, fewer and fewer employees will be needed. This means that firms will incur higher costs in the short term, but will save in wage expenses as they get more automation in their production lines. So the overall implications: as technology advances, so will the social pressures to produce the latest and greatest model. This has negative effects from the manufacturer's standpoint because they must be constantly researching, designing, and producing new vehicles with new features. However, they are able to scale their prices with associated costs, as people are willing to pay more in order to get more out of their vehicle. From an environmental standpoint, companies that can react to the quickest changing emission standards will eventually fully electric reliable vehicles will reap the highest rewards. And they will benefit also from a pollution standpoint, but also from being popular in the public eye, meaning more vehicles will be demanded. And politically, the trade war has hurt the automobile and manufacturing industry, restricting imports and exports, and also increasing the cost of raw materials. So automobile manufacturers must be quick to react to their industry as political, social, environmental, and technological